We got the front control arm on top of the frame. This video is sponsored by Western Welders. All right, so the verdict was in, and we are going to fix this guy. This is actually the LX173. I can show you the sticker later, but this is the one, and the hood outside is for this one, not for that one. All right, so this one has a problem. Had a problem. Problem number one was the carburetor was too old. I cleaned it, didn't work. I had it working before, but I remembered that the fuel pump here, it is a new unit, but it has a problem with the contact because this one works off of the crankshaft, and there's something going on there. So what I'm going to do is rig up this fuel pump, and we're going to go off of the switch for the headlight because we have a plug for the headlight right here, and we have a switch up there. So we're going to put this fuel pump right to it so it pumps fuel directly, avoiding this guy. And I wish we had a vacuum hose because I would want to use a smaller fuel pump. But we don't have any vacuum hoses that we can use. This is something else. I don't know what the hell this is, but it basically goes from here back to the carburetor. So we're going to go with this. And don't worry, I know this guy is going to be way too much for this little engine. So we're going to use a fuel regulator to solve that problem. All right, now this is the fuel regulator. I pulled it off a different one. That's why it's already kind of pre-assembled. Basically, this should do it. The fuel regulator is right over here. Now we're going to bypass the current piping that goes across the top, which is something I'm going to cancel later on. Now let's go around to the actual carburetor on the other side. Right, so that's the pipe, that same pipe from the other side. We're just testing it to make sure that it runs. And if this solves the problem, which it should, we should be able to move on to the next step. So, how to start this? Now it would be fuel pump. All right, let me jump it. There we go. Fuel pump. All right, let me give it more fuel. Put it on 3. All right, we got an issue. The throttle, backfire. The throttle is not throttling right. That's why it kept revving all the way up to hell. All right. Before you ask, a shirt is sometimes just a shirt. It doesn't have to really mean something. And yeah, it's a German shirt, but it's just a shirt, right? So now that the engine works, it runs. There's a problem with the throttle, but that's not a big deal because this governor is going to get canceled and there's going to be a new cable, throttle cable that goes directly to the fuel, to the gas pedal. So we're good on that. And I don't know about some people, they actually take the governor out, like take the engine apart to take the governor out. But the only thing that controls the throttle is this linkage here. Let me turn the flashlight on. There we go. It's this linkage. So if we cancel the linkage and set our own idle stopper with the screw here, we set our own idle stopper, we wouldn't need this, and the choke could be on a separate cable too. Or, yeah, the choke can be on this so that the actual lever would be just a choke, and then the throttle would be on a separate cable that is independent of this, that runs to the actual fuel, the gas pedal. So the engine is working. It's time to do more fun things. I didn't know this tire is flat. I figured I'm going to replace it anyway with something that looks much better. Maybe from this donor car that I got, also as a trade-in from a different guy. Oh, no, I actually got this one for the engine that I put on the zero turn. So we can use these wheels. I kind of like the orange on these. We got all 4 wheels are good. All tires are good. And probably have some good traction tires on the back. And basically this one has the same chassis, same frame as the one outside. That one is a Actually, that one is an LX172. This one an LX173. We got some body damage there, but that's not really a big deal. I can just fix that, And yeah, with the subframe here, with the front control arm, I'm thinking just moving it just out here, just taking it from there and putting it in here. That's just gonna give us so much clearance because this is already sitting too high off the ground already. You can take these brackets off. We don't need all that crap. Just welding that on the front alone is gonna drop this about, I'm thinking at least 8 inches, which would make this look way better. All right, so here's the game plan. So now that I got it to run, I moved it. I had to do moving some stuff around. So now that we got it to run, I'm gonna jack it up, take the deck off, and with the suspension, this front cradle here might be good just being up here, maybe upside down. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see as we go. We'll record. We got to cut off some of this deck mounting bolts and mounting brackets. And yeah, this deck is in very good shape for its age. Might be worth around 200, 300 bucks. So let's go. I thought this was as simple as the newer ones, but apparently not. This one is not held on by pins. This is held on by some tough shit. Like, look at this frame. The frame by itself is extremely thick. Just check this out. And yeah, I ended up taking the fender off to have better access to it, and just might as well just take the whole thing off. So that'll make it a bit easier, and then we can get an actual good look at what this frame looks like. Because if we look at the back here, this part is it's welded on, but if we get rid of this part right here, we might be able to sink the frame into the axle. I mean the axle into the frame way easier. So yeah, let's keep on going with the deck, and you can see here there's a problem, but yeah, that'll get canceled. Probably at a fuel tank somewhere up there. And yeah, let's keep going. Apparently this was even easier than the other one, because you just pull that out and now it's off. I mean, yeah, that's a perfectly good deck. Man, this thing is really nasty. I already took everything off of it, the engine, the fuel tank, and the big major things. There's nothing stopping me from turning this over. So why not turn it over so I can take a better look at the suspension? So let's try. Okay. All right. Put it right over here. Now I'm gonna use this contraption for this, and let's do it. So yeah, this happened. I mean, it worked. I put it upside down, and yeah, now we have a beautiful look of what this looks like. Like, even if you look at the back, don't really need to do that much to lower it down, or don't. I don't know if I want to really lower it down. If I just focus on the front, pretty sure that's going to be enough for this bad boy. And the rest might be cosmetic, like towards the back. If I want to make it look lower, it's going to be all cosmetically done, like just, on the outside, like the panels, the fender, things like that. Maybe just lowering the fender in all the way down. That should be enough, because I've seen people do it the other way, and by sinking in the rear axle or transaxle. But I don't think it's a great idea. I don't think it's a great idea. I think it's very stupid, because what they end up doing is just putting it upside down for the sake of the video, and that's it. I still want this to work right, because I'm deciding to probably take this to some whenever there's a car meet or something. Might really take this one down there, just making it look really rad. And now that I have a better look at this front suspension, I think I already got a plan. Here we are right now. We got the front control arm on top of the frame instead of being beneath the frame, and with about 8 inches, actually about 11 inches off the ground. Now it's going to be barely 4 off the ground, which is going to be significantly great. And I don't want to do anything more than this, because the back is going to stay exactly the same. So it's going to already be on an angle, this should be way more than enough. And if you just look at it, the way it's sitting on the frame is perfectly tilted, because you got to have some tilt into it. So now I got to do some cleanup, and probably end up with 2 parts for this video. This video is already going to be long, so I don't want to take too long into uploading the video. So this will be the first part, and there will be a part 2 right when I get all the parts that I ordered 3 days ago. And yeah, so I got to do some cleanup, some extra brackets, because obviously these were about 4 inches off the ground, and now you can see that they're barely they're actually lower than where the tire is. So that's how much clearance we gained, or this is how much lower this is going to be. Whoever told you that diamond-edged cutting blades are a scam, tell them that they don't know what they're talking about, because this guy I've used for about close to 2 years now, and it was like, what, 15 bucks off of TikTok shop, and it's still going strong, and what I'm cutting is 1/4 inch thick. So whoever tells you that diamond-edged cutting blades are bad, tell him that you don't know what you're talking about. So check him out. Quarter inch, probably a little bit more. Nah, 1/4 inch thick. Still cutting and still going good. Now we're talking. Here we go. Gotta do some cleaning before I cut myself. Perfect gap welding. Time to do the other side. That ain't going nowhere. Since I was welding, it's a perfect time to talk about today's sponsor of this video. It's sponsored by Western Welders. They make these cool-ass welding shirts. They're shirts. They're not jackets. You can still, it's sleeved. They're triple stitched. Very tough, very heavy-duty stuff, and it's still kind of breathable. It's not like the other welding jackets where you just sweat. I know I'm sweating. It's 100 degrees today. But it's better than any other jacket that I've worn for welding. Check them out. The link is in the description. Use code MeetoMechanic to get 15% off. Let's keep going. This is what it looks like now. Thank you guys for watching. Follow for part 2.